Welcome to the Ultimate Fighting Chat podcast. Today we're going to have a chat about UFC Fight Night, Hollway versus Kattar. I think Anik says Kattar, doesn't he?
Yeah, Calvin Kattar, doesn't he?
I think he does, right? That's taking...
Until about 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, okay. It's taking place Saturday, January 16th. I ain't doing that. 16th of January, we're in Ingers, on UFC Fight Island. We'll start on the main card this time, but I am going to ask you, how you doing? I have to ask how you doing. I can't just start a chat and not ask how you doing. How's things?
Yeah, all right.
Well, I braved it today and went to the shops.
Did you?
I did.
And how were they?
Not very welcoming, I would say. People on the doors and high-vis vests and stuff like that. Not great.
Mm.
I wasn't surprised, given that announcements have gone out saying that that's going to happen. So it wasn't a surprise when I turned up and had to abide by certain rules to get in the door. Yeah, but I braved it. It's either that or online shopping, right? And you said it's quite difficult to get delivery windows, or you have found difficulty with some major chains.
I ain't managed to get a delivery window for the shops for ages now. 3 weeks. Well, might be 4 weeks now. But I got one yesterday, believe it or not.
But you've got a slot. But for when? Are you having to wait a week or 2-3 days?
Yeah, a week.
So you've got a slot, and you've had to wait. You're still having to wait a week for your actual grub, though, yeah?
That's right. Yeah, I'm having to wait a week. I don't know if they release like the delivery slots on a certain day. And you just kind of have to know what day they release the delivery slots and get in there quick. I don't know, but yeah, obviously not driving a car, it's difficult for me to get food and stuff like that home, unless I want to take like one of those old grannies, take one of those bags on wheels like an old granny.
Yeah, they're good. They are.
Yeah, I know, but what are they called? But like an old granny trolley.
I think it is called a granny trolley, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. It's only grannies that use them, but I'm not doing that. I've still got a little bit of dignity left, so I'm not walking.
Why is a granny not dignified?
Grannies are dignified. Grannies are brilliant, even though we discussed the other day that you don't know what kind of gear they got up to 30 odd years ago.
True. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. As soon as they turn old and they're all of a sudden,
sweet and innocent,
and
sweet
done anything wrong, and they're brilliant. Yeah.
Like saying in about 30 years' time, you're going to be seeing sort of old grannies with their granny trolleys walking around, and you go, "Oh, look at that sweet old lady! I'll help her across the road." And for all you know, 30 years ago, she had a goal. 30 years ago, she had a bummo out on OnlyFans for $5.
Yeah, but, okay, luckily, in this case, there was no OnlyFans 30 years ago, but principle stands, what you're saying, yeah.
There were still women doing stuff 30 years ago, I imagine.
100%.
There's some unsavoury women out there.
But wouldn't that make you help her across the road even more? Wouldn't that make you gravitate more towards her? Yeah,
you think she's sort of still got a few of her old ways knocking about under the bonnet.
Definitely old, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're good. I like those trolleys. Like, genuinely, I think they're really useful. I've always debated getting one, and I was going to say I don't feel quite the same as you with the whole, I've got a bit of pride left down to walk around with a granny trolley. But if I did think different, honestly, I thought about it and would have got one and would be using it. I just can't, because it's useful, right? Heavy tins and water, you need it.
If I didn't know you, but you looked exactly the same as you look now, I'd never met you before, and I would say, I don't know, out for a walk down a park or whatever, and I saw you pushing along a granny trolley, I'd honestly go, look at that knobhead.
What? Because of, hang on, even if I didn't have the trolley?
No, if you didn't have the trolley, I wouldn't think anything.
Oh, you just, you wouldn't
I'd think any attention because you got the trolley. I'd be like, this guy's got, no balls about him. So get a backpack. You're not a granny. You're not.
What about if I've got a backpack on and that's already full up with, say, baked beans and peas and stuff, and I need more stuff?
Make 2 trips.
Make 2 trips? What, just to stop me looking like a...
I make 2 trips sometimes, just to keep my dignity intact.
Well, it didn't manage that. That might be why you did it, but...
Yeah, it didn't work.
Mission failed. Yeah, I understand, but I suppose I could say it doesn't matter what someone thought of me, but it's more how I feel with it, I suppose. So I'd kind of know what people think. But I honestly think it's a really useful thing, and I don't know why it's just a granny thing.
That are useful, but you don't use them because, I don't know, you got a bit of self-respect, right?
But why is having a bag on wheels associated with self-respect?
No, it's not. It's the style, it's the design and everything.
The style?
Okay, right, let's put it like this. You know in a warehouse, like you got a sack trolley, and if you loaded that up with water and you took that to and from the supermarket, I'd probably look at you and go, what a clown. Why don't he just, get somebody with a van or a car to help him out and just do this in one hit? But that's all I'd think about it. But these granny trolleys, they're always tartan. They've always got, they always look a certain way, and they're designed for grannies. So if you're going to use one, it ain't going to look right. And like I say, if I saw you, I'd
okay. So I think it's weird that there's something that's designed for grannies, although I do think that maybe when they did bring them out, or when a company designed them, I think maybe you were right. It was to help out a certain portion of the population with their shopping. It makes sense, right? It's kind of a big square bag that can take bulkier items with a zip on it, and it's got wheels on it. So maybe it really was designed for grannies. There is one thing I've just thought about that. I very rarely see a granddad with one.
Yeah, because they still got their dignity.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
You're walking around with a granny trolley at your age, embarrassing yourself.
Maybe there's a gap in the market then, because if you're saying the style is part of it, the tartan and stuff, maybe a UFC branded one, it'd look worse, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I hate UFC branded crap.
Okay, yeah, but I was trying to just pick something where they could go, look, we've made these cool, but I ain't gonna make it worse.
I think the naffest hoodie I've ever seen in my life, and I include all the Affliction, Silver Star junk that came out en masse, is the Fighter walkout hoodies. They're a shocking design, them, aren't they? Some of these names.
The first Reebok ones.
Downwards. These crap black and white ones with, Mcgregor written sideways.
The first Reebok ones that came out.
They've got no elastication in the bottom of the hoodie, so they all just hang down. All these blokes have got amazing, well, not all of them. You've got Jelly Bod and, Martinez and stuff. But, you've got, most of them got amazing bods, and even they look crap in these hooded tops. They're just like bin liners with their name down the side. It's so crap. Reebok done a really crap job. I'm into design, and I like design and creative stuff and all that. They really do. Load of crap with that.
Hence why you don't use a granny trolley.
Exactly, yeah. It's just not
because you're into style, design, and stuff like that.
Style. Let's not try and make out like I'm, I wear ripped jeans and saggy tops. But
you did wear baggy jeans.
I wore baggy jeans, but I didn't wear saggy tops, and I didn't wear ripped jeans. All
didn't you? No. Yeah. You wore what's his name, biscuit stuff, innit? That sort of gear, skater style. No,
that's it. Yeah.
Not now though. You see, because you're more age appropriate with your stuff. You think about it, which proves you've got style. Otherwise, you'd still be wearing sag pants.
Like you say, I'm more age appropriate. That's why I'm not using a granny trolley.
But this is not about age appropriate. This is about practicality. Being practical. I need some shopping. It don't matter anyway, because you're kind of not allowed in the shops anyway. You've kind of banned it now and gone for the online version. So you don't need the granny trolley. But I ask you this question. I ask you this. Let's take today's current issues, virus. Let's take it 20 years ago. Just whatever. No interweb version, okay? No online shopping. You can't do online shopping. There is no online. There's no delivery for shopping. So now, let's forget about the mask thing, really. Let's just take that away from it. You are going to the shop because you can't do what you're doing now and do online shopping. Are you just going to do loads of trips rather than a granny trolley?
Yeah, I've told you I've already done multiple trips in a day before.
Okay, what about if it became more socially acceptable and normal, and most people of between 25 and 40, 70% of them had granny trolleys? What about them?
Nope, don't care. There's loads of things that become socially acceptable and fashionable, this, that, and the other, and I ain't used them, and I won't use them, and I don't use them. Do you remember there was a time where everyone used to, lots of people used to wear those jeans with those sort of like, they look like paint splashes on them. You know, like
Yeah,
fake.
like damaged jeans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like they're all worn like by a painter and decorator, and he threw them out. And people used to pay like £100 for them. You know, all that sort of junk. You know, I ain't buying that just because it's the in thing. I don't care. You, as you know, I don't think my clothes have changed. In the last time they changed, like, so I used to wear like a bit more skateboardery style clothes. But then when I decided one day, I think I was about mid-20s, and I had like my jeans scraping on the floor with all mud stains on them and all that sort of stuff. And I just thought, listen, it might be time to grow up a little bit here. So
Was that something you noticed yourself, or did your dad say something? Because I know what he can be like.
no, it was just something I noticed myself.
Yeah.
So this is just, I like all this stuff, but it might be time to, maybe I'd started losing my hair as well. And I thought, look, you're going to look about 50 in about 6 months' time. So you might need to start, like you say, dressing a bit more appropriately.
We agreed that added character anyway, made you a bit more interesting.
What to look at, to laugh at. But the
What? No.
I saw a bloke the other day, and he was like an old bloke in his 50s. You know, I told you about him. I think with a dyed beard.
Oh, yeah,
Black.
trying to be non-run-of-the-mill.
Well, trying to not dressing age appropriate or not being age appropriate. You know,
Yeah.
dyeing there. Like, you just look crap.
Maybe he's cool for his age.
No, he looked rubbish. He did. He looked rubbish. I mean, the thing is, he wasn't in bad shape. He wasn't a bad-looking guy. If he'd have just accepted, look, George Clooney didn't go, I'm going to start dyeing my hair jet black, right? He had grey hair, and people went, he looks wicked. I'll do him.
Yeah, but I know, but he's. Oh no, you said this bloke wasn't bad looking, but maybe he wants to be noticed. Don't want to be passed by.
There's no point being noticed for the wrong reasons, though. There's no point being noticed for looking like crap.
But what colour was the beard?
It's now wrong, but it was just jet black.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah. Trying to be young, yeah.
Yeah, he was a white guy, but you know, he had a bit of a red raw tan, and he had bright white teeth. So you know those fake teeth.
Yeah, some Rylands, yeah.
Teeth like that. You know, like so it's like a white brick wall, but behind his lips, and then a jet black trim around it. It just looked rubbish, in my opinion. Babe,
do you know why it looks crap? Because when he was 20, he didn't look anything like that. He didn't have a jet black beard, and he didn't have brick wall teeth. Did he? He didn't. They weren't
just
that.
never looks natural. It's just like when these women get all this plastic surgery, never looks good. They never look natural. It always looks fake. It just doesn't look good. Listen, I know sometimes you get given a raw deal. I've experienced it myself. You know, lost my hair at an early age. Right? You get a raw deal, you just got to make the best of it.
Exactly. Get a bit of grit.
Yep, it might be grit. It might be, you know, and just accept that you're going to grow a bit grey. You know, whatever it is, accept it. Make the best of it. Anyway,
none of these things look.
Yeah,
none of them look real, like you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
For this event, we're going to go for. We're just previewing it. We don't know what's going to happen, but I do want to do some picks as well. We're going to go from the main card, from the top. So the main event down. Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. No, it's Kattar.
Yeah.
Look, have a quick chat about it. Good main event. Do some picks. That's where we're going. That's where we're going with this. So, Max blessed Holloway. Lost his last fight. What was his last fight? Volkanovski,
yeah.
Volkanovski championship fight, lost version.
I thought he won that, but don't matter.
Yeah, so do I. But it don't matter, like you say. Don't matter, does it? Now, you like this Kattar bloke, didn't you?
I've liked him for quite a while, haven't I?
You've been singing his praises for a bit.
Yeah.
Been on his bandwagon and all that. Been on his hype train.
Beating his drum, yeah.
Yeah, you have. So
I think I think he's going to lose. Right, next fight.
Do you?
I do, yeah. Holloway's lost 3 of his last 4, obviously, because he lost the 2 fights against Volkanovski. The first one, I still think the first one could have gone either way, right? But I was a little bit more okay with that decision. The second one, I thought Holloway won it. Just didn't really see Volkanovski do enough to win it, if you know what I mean. But anyway, doesn't matter. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, but okay, so your pick is
it was Holloway. A close fight, but yeah. The thing with Kattar, the thing I liked about him is his boxing was good. Or his boxing is good, should I say?
Better.
He throws good straight punches. You know, he does throw fakes and stuff like that, and uses them well. He kind of does do some, if you like, reconnaissance work on his opponents. You know, see how they respond to fakes and stuff, and then acts on it. I just think he's good. He's long, he's lean, he's strong. I've never seen any sort of flaw in any of his game. You know, he's got a good engine on him. Do you remember the Zabit fight? You know, where he really came on strong in the 3rd round, and if it was a 5-round fight, I'm pretty sure he'd have got Zabit out of there, but he lost on the decision. Do you remember that fight?
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So he was good in that fight. You know, he showed real, changed things up, showed a good gas tank. Lots of things. I think there's pretty much everything this guy's good at. I just think that he does get tagged a bit too often. And I think Holloway is a bloke who throws volume, will tag him, has got a great chin, a great engine. And I think he's going to tag him and wobble him, and I think he might even do it early.
Take it, because it's a main event. This would be a 5-rounder as well. All these things do matter, don't they?
I do think funnily enough, I think most people probably disagree with this, but I think if it goes past like the 2nd round, I actually think Kattar will win.
All right, well, but your pick's Holloway.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Holloway.
So am I. No, I can't. I was going to completely go against just for the sake of excitement, but I like Max Holloway, and I do like this Kattar bloke. I do think he's good. It was that good fight he had with that Dan Ige, wasn't it? That was a good one. Yeah, he's good. There's no doubt about it. But let's just say Max ain't ready to lay down to the up-and-comers yet. Just because he's got done, he ain't got smashed or anything like that, and he's brilliant. So I think he's going to put a stamp on it and go, now listen, you think you can come up and smash me out of there? You can't. Or it could be the downward spiral for Max Holloway. But he's still young, isn't he? He's not even 30. So as far as I'm concerned, he's still got plenty of breath.
That's the thing. I think if you like, what do they call it? You know, if Kattar wins, they'll go, this is his coming out party. That's what they always say, and that's stupid. I hate that comment. But anyway, that's what I think they'll say. And I do think this is a real, I wouldn't say it's a 50-50 fight, but it's not far off that, you know, like sort of 60-40, 55-45. I'm not picking Holloway and going, I'm pretty certain on this. I'd have to look at the betting odds. But if Kattar was an underdog, I'd definitely pick him, you know, to try and get me.
He is an underdog.
Yeah, well, I'd pick Kattar. If I was putting money on it, I'd pick Kattar. As I'm not putting money on it, I'll pick
Aren't
Holloway.
we doing the money thing? We were going to do that before, weren't we? You know, just to
we should try and turn like a $5 into £100. We should pick at least 3 to 5 on each card each.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
at the end of the year, who makes most money?
Okay. So you're not necessarily going to use this as one of your betting fights, right?
Now you told me Kattar's an underdog. I think he's a live dog. I think I might.
Don't it ain't that when they've got a plus, they're the underdog. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's definitely the underdog. Not by much, because it says minus 160 for Holloway and plus 140 for Kattar. So I think that's skin tight as. If I'm right, it means he's the underdog. So he's a good one to bet on if you think he's got a chance of winning.
I can't remember. I always get confused by that.
Well, I think I'm right, which is because I've been confused so much in the past that it actually makes no sense. I go the opposite.
But the thing is in England, it's not done the same, isn't it? It's like in America, it's done with that, like you say, plus and minus. But in the UK, it's done with, you know, just 8-2 or 5-8.
You're absolutely, yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't do any betting, but you're right. That's right. Yeah, we do 8-1 and all that. So if he's the underdog, is that your bet or your pick? What are we saying? I'm still going Holloway, and I'm not going to bet on No, he is a good one for an underdog pick. But it don't matter. I'm not going to decide that yet. I'm going to see the rest of the fights first because I've not looked at the card.
Well, let's put it like this. If I put a fiver on Calvin Kattar to win in the UK, he was 6-4. He's now 2-1. So if I put a fiver on, you get 15 quid back. As far as I'm concerned,
that's good.
That's getting bet on.
Okay. So well, that's no problem. So at the minute, you think Holloway's going to win, but you're going to bet on Kattar.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I agree. I mean, I do just want to copy you, but I can't. So let's move on to the next fight then. A welterweight fight. Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown. Brilliant. Couple of old grots.
Yeah, but it's a fight that ideally would have been happening about 5 years ago.
I know, yeah. They're both worn.
I'd nick what you said about Holloway, downward spiral. But the thing is just quickly on that, because I did want to touch on what you said about Holloway downward spiral.
I didn't agree he was on a downward spiral. I just said that.
No. Yeah, but you just used it as a term.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to say
I don't think he is, yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say, though. This Holloway, as far as I'm concerned, he's not shown any signs of damage, wear, tear, fatigue, falling out of love with the sport, nothing. You know, he's lost 3 of his last 4. You know, Poirier, that was a real scrap, could have gone either way. Volkanovski, both fights could have gone either way. As far as I'm concerned, he's still fresh, and ready for a smash. To me, this is no different to the Max Holloway that was world champ. It's no different. So, do I think? Yeah, so that's why I think I'm still picking Holloway. I just don't think there's any damage. I don't think he's fragile. You know, like we've said before, you know, Robbie Lawler, once he lost to, I can't remember, there's a few people, you know, Jake Ellenberger.
Rory McDonald.
Lost one or two fights. I was like, this guy's never winning a fight.
Those fights, yeah, but it weren't just the losses, it was the Powers fights, the Rory McDonald and all that, you know, and the Condit fight. It was the, you know, the battle fights where he went through thick and thin, even if he got... Yeah. They take breath out of you, don't they say? And they seem
exactly, yeah, I just don't see that with Max, though. I think he's still young enough.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
So, yeah, so I do think he's going to win. But I'll tell you what, putting a fiver on Kattar and giving 15 back, there is no way that's getting... You know, I'm not turning down opportunities like that. So I'm going for Kattar.
Well, if an opportunity comes your way, we know you don't turn them down, don't we? That's the way you roll. And he's definitely capable of winning that fight. So what are we saying about this Condit and Matt Brown then?
Yeah, like I say, it's happened too, you know, it hasn't happened too late, because I'll tell you what, if anything, if it happened a few years ago, I'd have said, no, I think Condit's too good for Matt Brown.
So now, you think the timing's right for both of them, yeah?
In some ways, because now it's a more even fight.
Yeah.
I know they're both sort of like on bad runs, not winning, you know, well, no. Condit won last time out. We even agreed, didn't we, about that knockdown at the end of the first round. He probably would have lost that Court McGee fight. So
yeah, and Court McGee's crap.
Right. Okay. So I don't know. I think this is quite a difficult one. I don't think it's as. I'm still going to go with Condit. Yeah, I'm going to go Condit.
So he's been done by Chiesa before that. He got done by Cowboy Oliveira. So he basically, and he never fights, does he, Condit? So, but he did beat. It don't matter. I'm going Matt. You say Matt Brown. I'm going Matt Brown because you almost getting done. Condit. You're going Condit. Okay, well this is good. We like that. But to me, you've almost got done by that ploddy drip. That's it for me. He should have blazed through. What's his name again? The plod drip.
Court McGee.
He should have blazed through McGee, and he didn't. So, as far as I'm concerned, that shows the level he's at now. You make a very good point about these two fighters meeting at the right time for them, or how they currently are skill-wise or whatever, because they are both good. I mean, we do know that all Condit has to do is hit Matt Brown in the bod and he'll win this fight. But as long as he don't hit him in the guts, then I think Matt Brown is gritting him, because he has got ultimate grit, that guy. But I do think he'll do him. You know, the old elbows and all that. He's going to do him. He's going to do him. If you can't do Court McGee, I know you're going to go, he did.
He did do Court McGee.
Yeah, but it's like Pettis struggled at Morono bloke. Yeah, he beat him. But Pettis ain't in UFC no more. That's because he struggled with Morono. That's got nothing to do with contracts, and I got more money out of PFL. No. That's because you almost got done by Morono. That means you're out the door. And to be fair, Condit's lucky he's getting another chance after almost getting done by Court McGee. So, Matt Brown.
All right. Well, I'm going Condit.
Yeah,
I just think the one, even though Condit is looking really, his last couple of performances I've really not liked, especially the start of that McGee fight. He just looked uncoordinated, and
the timing was crap.
Timing was off. He didn't look like he had his feet under him. He looked like, honestly, he looked like an old man. Somebody who knew what he had to do, but he was always a second or two too late with it all.
Sounds to me like you're talking about Court McGee, even at the beginning of his career. He looks old. He fights like an old man.
I'm talking about Condit now.
I know you are, but that's what I'm saying. You actually sound like you're talking about Court McGee, and Court McGee was like that from fight one onwards. So the fact that he almost got done by him, I'm sorry, this says it all. It says it all. But I did think Condit done a good improvement. So maybe this time, because he's fighting a bit more regular, the truth is common sense says that he's a bit more, back into the swing of things, and he might do him. But I don't care. I can't get the McGee out of my head. So,
yeah, here's the thing. He was lucky. Well, he wasn't lucky. He got that knockdown at the end of that first round, which nicked him the round because he was losing that round clearly up until then. He then had a good second round, and I thought he was going to sort of push on and maybe get the stoppage. But then he had a really bad third round. And I just remember thinking, you were really lucky to win that fight. The one thing Condit hasn't shown is he doesn't look fragile. I don't look at him and go, he can get banged out easy or knocked out. He just looks like he's not as quick and snappy and dynamic as he used to be.
This is why I do chat to you about these things. These are all brilliant points. They are shifting me towards Condit winning because he's not fighting. Although I think Matt Brown probably has had some bang out fights, he's not a bang outer. So, these are all good points and that's why you're picking Condit. And he did beat McGee, as much as I having that as a negative that he got grief off him. I'm not changing. I can't change it, but I do think you're taking a very sensible approach to it, and you're probably right.
So we're both going Hollway, and I'm going Condit. You're going Brown.
Yep. And you reckon it probably? We don't know. He ain't said this, but probably ain't many more fights left for Matt Brown. Because didn't he retire once and do a comeback?
Yeah, he did retire recently, didn't he?
So maybe if he gets done, he'll probably ban it. I would have thought. I don't know. Just guessing.
Yeah, they love it though, didn't they?
They do love it. They do love it. All right.
Someone like Brown, he does come across as he loves a scrap.
Doing it for the love of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
next fight is absolutely brilliant. Santiago Ponzinibio versus Li Jiangyang. That is a good one. They're both brilliant. Good thing here, mate, is as far as I'm aware, you like Jing Liang as well, because I know we both like Ponzinibio for sure, but I'm pretty sure you like Chinese bloke and all, don't you?
I like the Leech, yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a bit of a what should we call it? About maybe about 2015. When did McGregor first fight Poirier? He's a bit of a that year Poirier, as in he gets wobbled every fight. I don't know how Poirier's fixed that. I don't know whether it's going up to lightweight or what, but he's fixed that Poirier. He doesn't get rocked anywhere near the same.
No, it's like you're saying that Dan Hooker fight. He took a load of beating in that, and I'm not saying he weren't hurt, but he didn't wobble all over the place. It wasn't at a point where you go, you could do him. It wasn't that.
Do you remember he got knocked out cold by Michael Johnson?
Yeah.
There was a time where it's like he does get rocked every fight. That is true. He does, but he's really fixed that. I don't know if that's going up the weight class. I don't know whether he's rolling with the punches a bit better or what. But anyway, we're not talking about Poirier, but I think Jing Liang Li, I think he gets rocked quite a lot. And Ponzinibio,
he's open, isn't he? He's wild.
Yeah, he's very aggressive and all that sort of stuff. And provided Ponzinibio hasn't aged poorly in the time he's had off, because he's been off for a couple of years, providing he hasn't lost much, I think he should bang this Jungling out.
Well, it's definitely, they're both phone box gizzers, aren't they? They both go in and have a smash like Vanderlei and Brian Stan. They both do that. normally they both do that. You know, I'm not saying they're going to do that this time, but it's probably going to get a bit rough, this one. The good thing is Ponzinibio, who I think should win this fight, as you've said, is an underdog.
No, he can't be.
He is.
Nah.
He is. So that's another bet.
100%. I've just banged it down on me.
Yeah. Now, the truth is, I think I know why. He's still remained active and everything. And Ponzinibio, I don't know why, hasn't fought for ages, has he?
No, he's been off for a couple of years.
Yeah, he's wicked, though. He's really good.
Strong, compact, throws punches in bunches.
And there's a nice little fact for you. Yeah.
Go on.
Ponzinibio done Magny, and Magny done.
That's right. Knocked out, didn't he?
Yeah. So if you want to talk about stuff like that, it should be that Ponzinibio does Li Jingliang, but let's see. But I'm gonna pick Ponzinibio.
It's sort of styles make fights. Let's just say that. But yeah, I'm going Ponzinibio all the way on this one.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Good fight though. So far, this card is brilliant. So next fight.
According to my website, Ponzinibio is the favourite.
All right. Well, on UFC, it says that he's minus 310, which makes him the favourite.
I think that makes him the favourite.
All right. Okay, it makes him the favourite. See, I told you I'd get confused with this stuff. I've just said to you, I've figured out in my head how to make this right, and I'm wrong. Well, there you go. So, so it's not a bet, that, because I think Ponzinibio is going to do him.
I think Ponzinibio is going to win.
But what I will say is I'm going to make it interesting because Jingliang is the underdog. I'll bet on him to win.
I think he's a live dog because of the whole.
We don't know what Ponzinibio is going to be like. That version. We don't know what version of him is going to turn up.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
I'll take Ponzinibio. I think he's going to win, but I'll bet on Li Jingliang. And the next fight, Joaquin Buckley versus Alessio di Chirichio. Is it Chirico or is it Chirico? I quite like Chirico.
I think Anik says de Chirico.
Oh, he uses the... See, I've knocked the D out. I've knocked that bit out. So, I'm going to say de Chirico. The favourite, understandably, all because of Power's knockout, back kick, boot, is Buckley. We've seen this bloke fight before this Di Chirico, but I have to say I don't really remember. He looks like a run-of-the-mill Brazilian type bloke. Do you remember anything about some of his fights? I'm going to have a quick sniff.
Well, no, he's not Brazilian. He's Italian. And so, yeah, that's it.
I said he looks. Okay.
He's sort of...
Are we done your mate Cummins? No, Cummins done him. Forget it. I'm not betting on or picking the Chirico, although I do like Italians because of Bud and Terence and Franco, Nero, Giuliano, Gemma. But I can't pick him because Cummins done him, and he is scatters out. I mean, he's crap. I can't believe you like Cummins. Bad qual.
I can't believe you got such an issue with me liking Cummins, right?
Well, Cummins done him, so I can't pick him. Sorry.
I think it's...
He's been done by everyone. Got done by Holland, got done by Muradov. I mean, basically, he's out if he gets done. Probably. I think he's on the chopping block if he gets done, you know. I'm picking Joaquin Buckers.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one is pretty... I wouldn't say nailed on, but this is one that I'm pretty confident on, and it's got nothing to do with that, you know, back kick. I mean, obviously that does show something about him, but it's more to do with the fact that we thought he was brilliant, even when he lost to Kevin Holland, I think it was, on his UFC debut. But I remember even then thinking, you know, this guy's really good, and obviously he's had a couple of good wins since, so he's just gone from strength to strength. The Chirico, he's always struck me as being, you know, strong, game, all those kinds of things, but you know, I've never sort of viewed him as someone who's too much of a threat to the...
Yeah, you didn't pick out his skills and go, he's good at this, he's good at that.
Yeah,
you gave him a bit of a griff on and gave him a bit of heart.
Yeah, he's got all that going for him for sure. He reminds me of, you know, Marvin Vittori. He's just like a...
He's good, yeah.
Yeah, Marvin Vettori, but sort of a couple of levels below. Simple as that, really.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Vettori's not amazing. It's not like he's got ultimate refined skills or anything like that. He's just he's a good fighter. He fights, so I like him. All right,
That's what I was going to say. Though they're similar in that way. They've both got grit, determination, not afraid
both
of
Italian.
Getting in there and all that.
That's your comparison, that they're both Italian. So
they look strong. They're predominantly strikers, all that sort of stuff. I just think Vittori's, a couple of levels above. And so I think this will be quite a big KO. Probably, I can see it being an overhand right. So you've heard that. Put that down and all.
Yeah.
I can see it being like an overhand right, maybe followed with left hook, because that's bog standard combination punching. But yeah, right hand, left hook. If not, just I think the overhand right will do the trick. But I can see this being over and over quite early. I'm going to say
it's the prediction that the Chirichio is getting cut afterwards.
I hope not.
No, I don't want him gone. I mean, he's quite old. To be honest, I don't want anyone gone. Why would I? I'm happy for him.
Why would you want anyone to lose their job? But yeah,
of course not. But knowing how the UFC are and can be, I've got a feeling that if he gets blazed out, he's going to get blazed out of the UFC and the fight.
Is there a reason? I mean, again,
is there a reason? No fights.
Is there a reason why he's fighting Buckley?
Yeah, to get rid.
Well, it seems that way. Then seems like he's being fed to the sharks a little bit here, because he's on a 3-fight skid, and Buckley sort of, if you like, on a real rapid ascent.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't see how this matchup makes sense unless he's filling in for someone on short notice.
Which I haven't heard about, but yeah.
Yeah, so.
And we'd know because we know everything. But look, it's for D. Chirichio to prove everyone wrong, isn't it? And to go, listen, I'm here to stay and get rid of Buckley. We've seen he can get done. So I'm not going to bet on it though, because I think Buckers will do him. So it's not a bet. And the pick is Buckers. Next fight. Punahili Soriano versus Stefan Struth. I mean, no, Dusko Todorovic.
Yeah, he is the same, yeah.
No difference. So this time, Todorovic, he's the favourite. Now, I recognise his name, so I know I've seen him fight recently, so I'll have a quick look. It might spark my memory. But the other bloke, I don't remember this Punahili Soriano. Do you?
I don't. I do know he has had a UFC fight, but I don't remember him.
They're both undefeated.
Yeah, I do remember the other fella with his ground and pound and stuff like that, wasn't it? Against I've forgotten the guy.
He done Devin Townsend.
Yeah, and yeah, he just didn't know how to sort of get out of the position. But I do remember we spoke about that fight, and I had real concerns about how high Todorovic keeps his chin up in the air.
Okay.
So I'm going to say,
so he is the same as Stefan Struth then.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's going to lose, even though I believe he's the favourite. I'm going for Soriano. You can't leave your chin up like that. And
that begs the question: does he need betting on then as the underdog if you're going to pick him?
No, I think I've got the fights that I'm going to bet on. And I'm
okay. All right. Okay. I'll go with picking Todorovic to win, but I'm going to bet on Punahili Soriano because he's an underdog, a weed underdog. Okay, that's the main card out of the way. I'm moving on to the prelims.
Yeah,
there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Yeah, they're always going to try and stop you.
That's right. The prelims, we might struggle with some of these, but don't matter. We're real. We lay it on the table. Don't pretend to know it all. We do know it all. That's what I'm just saying. We don't pretend. I am going to move on to the next fight and then ban the next fight because it's a women's bantamweight fight with Wu Yanan versus Jocelyn Edwards. I'm sorry. I'm not putting myself for it. I'm not putting you for it. I'm going to do a boy on it, right? And I'm not putting anyone else for it. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. Now, if you want to put people through it, I can't tell you what to do. But I'm happy to just go, I don't give 2 hoots. No one gives 2 hoots. Minus 115 versus minus 105. There's more proof of it. Even the odds gizzers don't care. So what? Crap. Any, you got anything to say on it or
No, I'm going for Wu. Next fight. You? Sorry. Next
I
fight.
have to definitely go for Wu. I mean, have you seen the shot of Jocelyn Edwards? I'm going to click on her, see if she's won any fights. I've got to do it. She's called La Pantera. I think she might be Powers. Good name, that. Anselmo. Where's the record, for God's sake?
9-2.
How much?
9-2.
Not bad.
It's all right, isn't it?
It's not bad. And the other one?
11-3. So what's quite good about La Pantera, she's got 8 finishes in 9 wins, and you know that does count for a lot because women's fights do invariably go a bit longer. You know, usually go the distance.
I'm doing a change.
Wu has got 9 finishes in 11, so both got a good finishing.
That's brilliant then, this fight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here, listen, we'll give it a go. But I'm going to go for Wu.
I'm going to mix it up. I'm going Jossers.
And
by the way, that's it. It's getting no more airtime. Next fight looks like strawberry versus orange jelly, that is. Carlos Felipe versus Justin Taffa or Tafa. These both look like non-real Mark Hunts. The other one's a mix between Mark Hunt and Bigfoot Silver. From the shot, hey, don't I like this Carlos Felipe? Didn't he do all chats in the fight and all that, messing about? I like him.
Yeah,
I remember him.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
I can't believe you liked him. I really didn't like him. You're talking about the Carlos Felipe bloke, right? You liked him. He had some bad blood with the other bloke and they just ended up having a staring match for...
Yeah, doing chats.
Yeah, crap.
It was versus De Castro, the leg kick bloke.
That's right, the leg kick bloke who's got about 3 leg kicks in him at the start of round 1, and he takes the rest of the fight off.
We all know it's harder to throw leg kicks or kicks than punches, not necessarily just leg kicks. But yeah, geez, he must throw him ridiculously hard because he only does a couple and then he's done. Yeah, I did like this Felipe. You know what he did? He brought a bit of character to it, and he's got a brilliant nickname, Boy. That's good. So I do know why you think he was crap in that. What about the Taffa bloke? He's a Mark Hunt bloke, isn't he? What's he done? He done some bloke. Oh, Adams. I do remember the fight. Didn't he bang him out speeds? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's done the Kraken.
Oh, but he got done by De Castro. But Felipe done Castro. Yeah, but he didn't really do Castro, did he? I mean, he did. He won. But I'm going Felipe. But honestly, I'm going because of the character, and it's silly. I think Taffa's going to do him. But I'm going Felipe. Let's go Felipe. I'm going with positive enforcement. I want Felipe to go up the ladder. Let's go. Come on. Great heavyweight fight.
Right, next.
What's your pick?
I said Felipe and all.
Yeah. So you like him then?
No, he's crap.
Next fight.
He might not actually be crap, to be fair. But he just...
I honestly thought he was quite good. Yeah.
It just annoyed me in that fight. You know, I hate those fights where people give it the... It was less his fault. It was more the other guy's fault. He was being very, very negative. So I can't really lay the blame at his door. But it was... I think that what annoyed me about him is just the way he spoke about it after was like he just had smash of the century. I was like, that fight was crap.
Yeah, but it was De Castro that just kept leaning on him against the fence.
I definitely put more of the blame at the feet of Castro. I'm just saying the way he behaved afterwards, Felipe, you know, he acted like he went in there and banged him out in 3 seconds. You know, he was all over the moon with it, and it was like, that was crap.
Well, look, I can't deny it was a crap fight, and I remember it being, you know, a crappy fight. But what I will say is, I remember him. That's it. So he done something. I remember him.
We're both picking him to win, so...
Yeah, there you go. The next fight is David Zawada versus Ramazan Emiv. For God's sake.
You might want to listen to our, what's his name? Anik pronounce all these names.
All right, you tell me what the next fight is. Let's see what you say.
David Zawada versus Ramazan Emiv. How did that sound? Any good?
No, because it should have been David Zawada. And
we'll see.
I think your Ramazan Emiv was a good one. All right. Okay. Look, I don't know anything about these. I do know that just previous to now we had a chat, and I'm sure I said that someone smashed out Zawada. So is that enough? Yeah, it's enough. I'm going for the Russian-y bloke.
Yeah, I'm going for Ramazano Meath as well. He's been your boy, Sam Alvey. That's all you should
He's
need
done
to know.
Alvey. No,
Yeah,
he's
so
okay. I've got to pick him then if he's done Alvey.
he's got a decent, he's had a decent start. He's 4-1 in his first 5, so he's had a decent start. So
I'll tell you what, the bod on Zawada's good, isn't it? Jeez. In that shot it is anyway. Hell's bells. Okay, let's go with Amiv then on that one. No bets, no nothing. No, for God's sake. All right, okay. Next fight. Sarah Moraes versus Vanessa Milo or Mello. I just forget it. Let me have a quick look at what's going on with this Milo, because the Moraes she's crap.
I'm going for Moraes. Listen, if you want to know who's going to win this fight, it's a difficult one because, well, you know why. But just have a look at the way Vanessa Milo's holding her hands.
I've seen, yeah.
And you'll realise she's not real. And so that means she's going to lose.
Well, Milo got done by Cortez, and she got done by Aldana. But Moraes ain't good. She was off Ultimate Fighter, weren't she, this one?
Moraes was, yeah.
Yeah. Cheesecake. I'm spending too much time on it. Look, I don't give two hoots, really, and that's all there is to it. But, yeah, all right. Well, I'd have to pick Moraes because there ain't a because. Next fight, the last fight on this card.
I can guarantee you that's going to be a shit fight, that.
Which one?
The one we just spoke about.
What, Moraes Milo?
Yeah.
You know what? I like these predictions. So we've done a prediction. If Di Chiro gets done, is he going to get cut? That's a good, weird prediction.
No, I don't like that prediction.
Yeah, okay, well then say no, he won't. He's brilliant.
Even if he look, like I say, I don't want him to get cut.
Nor do I. No one's. It doesn't say do you want him to. That's not a prediction.
No, I know you don't want him to, but I don't like. You know, it's somebody's job on the line, isn't it? I don't like. It's not nice thinking about it in that regard. Or am I being a bit of a baby about it?
No, it's nice, very considerate of you. But I'm saying if he gets done, he's out. So that's all. That's a good prediction. And now this is another prediction. You're guaranteeing me, well, your prediction is that Sarah Moraes versus Vanessa Milo is going to be a crap fight, yeah?
Yeah, I think what we should both do now is we should make a promise to each other that neither of us are going to fast forward any part of that fight. None of it.
Okay. All right. Oh, mate. Do you see, there was a little hesitation there where I was going to go, I can't do it. But because I know if I say, yeah, I ain't going to fast forward it, I won't fast forward it. I ain't breaking it. If I agree to this, I'm in for a rough 15 minutes. But I agree with you. No fast forwarding. And no looking at your blower. Two things.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Agreed?
You can't. Yeah, not looking at your laptop.
Can't go and make a cup of tea?
Yeah, no making a cup of tea, no going for a dump or a wee or something, nothing like that.
If you do, you pause.
Yep, you have to watch it all, and that includes the between round corner
chats, the lot.
Yeah, you have to watch that fight from beginning to end.
I love it. What a challenge! If you break, you've got to admit. I don't think I will, but if you break, you've got to admit it. But yeah, that's the challenge. We can't.
Sometimes I watch these broadcasts, and you got like Anik and all that, and they're having to, if you like, stay interested during some real crappy fights.
Yeah, of course.
And I always think, I know they're getting paid, but how do they do this? But I think to them, it's a little bit like, say, for example, if I was watching that Moraes fight with a mate, say I was watching it with you, I think I'd enjoy it because we'd be laughing at it, taking the piss out of it and all that sort of stuff.
Agreed.
So I guess that's what it's a little bit like for Bisping, Felder, and I know they're not taking the mick out of fights.
Yeah, they could be with their body language. They could be looking across at each other. They could be.
Yeah, but it's
directly afterwards as well.
You're still kind of, if you like, socialising, and that's why it's easier to get through. Whereas, a lot of the time I'm sitting here at home, just watching it on my telly on my own, and I'm
thinking you don't have to.
Yeah, thinking I could be I could be playing FIFA here, or something more productive, like I don't know, throwing out bread.
Anything's more productive.
Yeah. So
that's the thing. You could pick anything. It'd be more productive than watching that fight. That's why it's a tough 15 minutes, and it is.
Oh, it's definitely going to be 15 minutes unless there's an armbar.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, brilliant. All right, well, let's do the last fight then.
Austin Lingo, that's my pick. See you later. Good night.
Whoa! Hang on a minute. That's nasty. So people don't even know who he's fighting. If we just go
it's another bloke, isn't it? Jacob the Killer. I like that name, the Killer.
Do it with his older name.
Jacob the Killer Kilburn. I don't think it's good with Kilburn because it's too normal, isn't it? Killed at the start. It's just
maybe that's why he's done it though.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it probably is why, but I don't think that.
The other bloke, Austin Lingo, he's done another one. So the Killer's done Kilburn. Austin Lights Out Lingo, he's also done an LI, and tried to do the same flow.
Yeah.
And you're going for
Lights Out.
Sorry, could I have your reasoning for that, please? Is he on the rise or something?
Just looks a more solid unit.
He got done by Zalal.
It just looks like a solid unit, or more solid unit, and that's about it. That Zalal's pretty good, so there's no shame in losing to Zalal. So that ain't an issue either. So yeah.
Well, Kilburn got done by Quentin Tarantino. Billy Quarantillo.
Yeah.
So he got done by him. I'll make it interesting. I'll go for Jacob the Killer. And that is it. That's the end of that card. Overall, there was definitely some crappens on there, but overall it's a good one. Because
as we said, you never know if it's going to be crap until you watch the fight, right?
No, but there was like 3 women fights in there.
Yeah, but you never know until you know.
Yeah, there was 3 women fights in there.
I know. I'm just saying.
Right, so I know that. Well, I know there's a certain amount of time dedicated to crap, don't I? So that's the fight night, Holloway versus Kattar. Then the following Wednesday, another fight island. I said there's 3 fight island. Is Michael Chiesa versus Neil Maggas. Magny in a main event. I mean, no thanks. Then the best one, obviously, after that is Poirier versus Mcgregor. That's on the 24th. So, I mean, that's amazing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And it's obviously the debut of Chandler. That's pretty exciting.
Well, looking at that card, you've got, Dan Hooker versus Chandler. Amazing. Michael Chandler. Definitely looking forward to that. Oh, for flip's sake. Then Jessica Eye versus Calderwood. See if there's anything else.
Some amazing ones. Brad Tavares.
Oh, yeah, there's some really good ones. You're right. Marina Rodriguez versus Amanda Hibas.
Yep, brilliant.
Another mint one.
I actually think the most exciting fight, obviously within reason, Hooker Chandler's amazing. Poirier McGregor's amazing. Really like Tavares, but I'm not too bothered about Shoeface. But what I do think is the real sleeper fight in the card is that Khalil Roundtree against Prachnio.
100%. I love Roundtree. He's amazing.
And you like Prachnio. He's the guy who was throwing all those wild techniques last time out.
Yep,
so
brilliant.
That is to me, that's one of the best fights.
You could do a Helwani on it and say it's the people's main event.
No, I'm not doing one of those. But that's going to be one of those fights. A little bit like Corey Anderson versus Johnny Walker. It's going to have that sort of vibe about it. And I think Roundtree's going to do him.
Nick Lentz is on it and all.
I quite like Nick Lentz.
Yeah, I think he's crap. But I do like watching his fights because he's grief.
Yeah, but you kind of know what you're going to get out of him. He's not like the most exciting, devastating guy, but like you say, he'll give anyone a good scrap. It's a bit like that. I think he's all right. He's decent.
Well, they've banged 3 women's fights on there again, so... The one with Chiesa and Magny, just having a quick sniff down it. You've got Roxanne Modafferi versus Viviane Araújo.
Yeah, that's
as a standout.
That's going to be my challenge in that event.
Yeah.
What's the Modafferi fight? No fast forward.
But
Good.
it's, in all seriousness, it has got Matt Danger Schnell on it, and you know he's good.
I really, really like that guy. It's such a shame we didn't do, record. Not that anyone listens to this, but for our own egos, that we didn't record it ages ago when we watched that. Was it Fightville or whatever it was, that MMA documentary that he was in?
She said this guy looks good.
Ages and ages ago, and we were like, that guy's good. He's got the potential to be someone or make something out of this. The other guys, you could tell, were pants, but he was decent, and and he has made something out of it. So good on him.
Yeah, I like that comment. Good on him. That was a good one.
Yeah. Well done.
Listen, that's the end of the show. I'm not going to drag it out any longer.
No, please don't.
Yeah, no, I won't. But that's the preview, and I'm going.
All right, see you later.
Yeah, all right, mate. Take it easy. Yeah, thanks for the chat.
No worries. See you later.
All right, blimey.